Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And before we get started, I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. So if you need intuitive guidance to help support your healing, self-improvement, and or spiritual journey, my contact information is in this video description, as well as my Facebook group, Instagram, and TikTok. Today I want to make a video for empaths. I actually have a playlist on my channel for empaths, check it out, called Just for Empaths, where I give more special intuitive messages for empaths. A lot of it's based on some experience I'm having as an empath or that I have gone through. So I'm going to get into doing more of these because I think right now with everything that's going on in the world, people are having spiritual awakenings, and for empaths, they can absorb a lot of the chaos that's going on in the world around them, especially in their relationships, families. So today's video is, you don't need to lower your vibration to help and connect with others. So this is something that I struggle with a lot of my life. I'm an empath. You know, I was born an empath. I've always absorbed a lot of the emotions of others around me, whether it was my parents, it was friends. I took on a lot of problems as they were my own when they really weren't. So it is a gift. It's definitely a gift to be intuitive and to be highly sensitive. If you're not aware and you don't set proper boundaries, it can become pretty toxic. And I noticed that in relationships in particular, I did this. You know, I'd struggle, some of you know, I'd struggle with addiction in the past. And so you can imagine some of the relationships I was in, you know, in that state. And I didn't really know how to set boundaries. I took on, like, their problems like it was my own. And I would find myself lowering my vibration, lower my frequency, to like connect with them more, to even help them some kind of way. And you know, I attract a lot of, I guess you could say, unhealed people, but I was also an unhealed person myself. So I've done a lot of healing since then. And one of the things I realized is that you don't need to match their energy. You can still inspire people and help people and connect with people from a higher vibration, from a more healed place, by shining your light. You don't need to lower yourself and go backwards like in your healing journey or self-improvement journey. Maybe it's going back into old habits. Maybe it's going back into negative belief systems. Maybe you're starting to get your life together, right? And then you're with somebody. It's going to be a friend, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but I think a lot of empaths probably really struggle with this in relationships. Or it could be family members. Maybe we're doing all good, then you go with your toxic family members and you're kind of lowering yourself so you can relate to them more, right? You almost feel weird when you're trying to be different than your family or the relationship, especially when you make changes, when you've healed when you've done more healing and you're improving yourself, and maybe that person isn't. I've had this happen in friendships. I've had this happen all across, like any personal relationship I have with anybody, no matter what the status is, right? So even to this day, you know, I'm a content creator, I'm an intuitive transformational coach. I have to heal, I have to help people, and I'm getting back into Reiki again as well. I'm going to start to take Reiki classes soon. I was on the path to be a Reiki master, and, you know, I kind of stopped. I had some things happen, I had to kind of put that on pause, but I'm getting back into that. I'm trying to grow my business, you know, as a healer, as a coach, right? Giving intuitive guidance. And I do attract, and I'm going to continue to attract people that, you know, need healing. People that are going through some really dark experiences. And I can relate to a lot of those dark experiences because I've been through a lot of darkness myself. You know, addictions, mom ended her life, you know, friends passed away, a lot of mental health issues. I've been in some pretty dark places, and with people I've dated and stuff like that, right? And a lot of it was my own choice. Like the dark places I'm talking about, I take responsibility. I've made choices that weren't so good, that kind of led me there, but it also helped. It was a dark night of the soul, and it also inspired me to be where I am today and to go on a healing journey, have more spiritual awakenings, and improve myself. And I needed the contrast, right, to kind of like know that's what I don't want, and this is what I do want, right? And to know where my life wants to go, what's in alignment, what's not. And, you know, I use that as a kind of like a compass, right? But anyway, still to this day, I find myself in situations where, you know, I've made all these changes, I'm doing good, but then I'll be interacting with somebody and maybe sometimes they're emotionally dumping on me. Sometimes they need help healing. You know, I try to give guidance when I can, but I have to set a lot of boundaries. And there are a lot of people that sense that about me, and you know, they'll try to manipulate my energy, and I see that. I'm an intuitive, so I can I sense that from a mile away now. Now that I'm more self-aware, I've done shadow work and healing work, I'm very aware of these things, and I set boundaries right away. When I see a red flag, like I trust my intuition, and I know I gotta set a boundary or distance myself from this person, or maybe pull my energy back. It's so easy to give our energy to these people. And if you're an empath, it's very likely you might be a healer too. You know, a lot of times we have these gifts. The gifts of being an empath is to help, so we can help heal people, so we can help people in some, or help them in some kind of way, right? But to do that, you can inspire someone from here when you lower yourself. And I'm not saying you're thinking you're better than somebody. I'm talking about lowering your vibration, lower your frequency, going backwards in your healing, going back to things that you know you shouldn't be doing, that are in alignment with your higher self or where your life wants to go, right? So we get in these situations and it's kind of like a test. It's like, are you this new version or not? But you know, it's really powerful, an empath who can still embrace their light and their darkness, but not get sucked into the darkness, like deep down in a rabbit hole, right? Because sometimes that can happen as we're empaths, and if you're with someone that's even like a narcissist or someone that's taking advantage of your energy, you can get sucked in really quick. You can feel like their problems are your own, and once you do that, you're already lowering your vibration, or you can just engage in behaviors that maybe you don't want to do, or that kind of more like your old self, or just not where your life wants to go anymore. I'm trying to say that you can still inspire people and relate to people and connect with people even when you do more healing, even when your vibration is higher and when you're shining your light and everything. You don't need to match darkness with darkness, right? Just keep a balanced approach. You know, I still relate to people through darkness, I do, but I don't need to be dragged down into there. I can understand their darkness, but I also know the light. I can balance the dark and the light, right? I can connect with people by having a mix of both. I have an understanding and empathy because I went through that darkness, but I don't need to be dragged down into a black hole where I was before. You know what I'm saying? And it can be easy to do that. And sometimes people play in your weaknesses. Or as an empath, it's just very important to set those boundaries and protect your energy. It's okay to say no to people, even without over-explaining, right? You can just say no in a nice way. You don't have to have an attitude, or you don't have to feel bad about saying no. Sometimes we as empaths, and I have the same thing, where I'll say no and I feel bad about something. Like, I feel bad because I know how they're gonna feel or something, but a lot of that's tainted anyway, which may be true, but you have to keep choosing yourself. As an empath, it's very important to choose yourself. Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters he says this in his videos: don't stop saying yes to other people when it's a no to yourself. So whatever decision I'm making, even if I'm going to take on a client or help somebody in any kind of way, be there for them, assist with their healing, just be friends with them, interact with them. You gotta just keep that that light shield around you, right? You have to keep that energetic boundary, you know. And if you start to feel in your body like something ain't right, something's not right, or you're starting to feel lower, like you're going kind of in that maybe a spiral, or you're feeling like you're in their shoes, right? And you feel like you're getting sucked into what's going on with them, or you're just feeling emotionally drained. Sometimes it's just the form like, yo, you're emotionally drained. This can happen a lot, and you just have to pay attention to what your body's feeling and know when to pull back. It's a lot of self-awareness, paying attention to what's going on in your body and what your intuition is telling you, connecting to that intuition. Like, hey, something's off. Hey, I'm starting to feel drained. I need to take a step away. You can politely tell someone no, or cut something short. So that's sometimes what helps too. So that was just a little rant for empaths. So just remember, you don't need to lower your frequency or vibration to connect with and help people. You can do it from up here, from a healed and balanced place, with setting boundaries to protect your energy. And then you're a very powerful healer, powerful empath. You can set boundaries and feel empowered and use your intuition and your sensitivity without getting sucked into what they're going through, whatever problem they're having. That's all I have for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, share if it resonates. I hope you have a good day. Namaste.